In a recent jury decision, Johnny Depp's ex-wife, Amber Heard, was ordered to pay him more than $10 million. Johnny Depp is also an actor who has amassed a large fortune through big-budget, commercially successful movies. Therefore, it would be difficult for someone like him to turn to begging for money. An elderly woman in Brazil was duped by a con artist acting as Johnny Depp, so it's not impossible. Retired Brazilian victim of bogus Johnny Depp con. A somewhat peculiar complaint was delivered to the Brazilian legal system. A 61-year-old woman gave a man posing as Johnny Depp more than 200,000 reais, about $40,000, in total. The fraud started in 2020 and was carried out in Osasco, São Paulo. Scam artist and pity the false John Travolta. The conversations initially revolved around everyday life issues, according to the testimony the woman provided to the Brazilian laws, but over time, the impersonator of the actor started to tell a sad story and that he needed money for the payment of convictions and in cases in which he was involved. Scammer and sympathetic to the fake Travolta, John. According to the testimony the woman provided to the Brazilian laws, the conversations initially centered around everyday life issues, but over time, the impersonator of the actor began to tell a sad story and that he needed money for the payment of convictions and in cases in which he was involved. A domestic abuse trial involving Amber Heard was complicating the actual Johnny Depp's life at the time, and the con artist used this to his advantage to appeal to sympathy and solicit money from the 61-year-old Brazilian woman. The victim's attorney, Eduardo Tossi, testified in court that the fraudster promised to take the author of the lawsuit to live with him along with the sad tale of not having enough money to pay the aforementioned expenses. She took the bogus Depp's words at face value. Pandemic, considering the emotional shock she was through, made her believe every falsehood the con artist stated. She merely sought an escape or a change of scenery. The retiree even got plastic surgery, according to the lawsuit, in the mistaken belief that she would be living in Los Angeles, USA, with a man she had never met. The victim admitted that she had helped the con artist by selling a house and a car. The money was sent to an account at Banco Brazil that the con artist claimed belonged to her lawyer's Brazilian buddy. Records show that the deposits were made on November 30, 2020, $15,000, December 1, 2020, $40,400, and December 7, 2020, $153,000. The victim's daughter took her mother into custody. When the woman's son asked her about the transfers and learned that she had fallen for a fraud, the chats with the con artist came to a stop. In response to this, the 61-year-old woman sued Banco do Brasil, claiming that the company's failure to maintain and monitor an account permitted a fraudster to open one. The victim laid some of the blame on the bank. The 61-year-old retiree claims that the bank is accountable for the assistance given to the customer in third-party frauds. She testified in court that the bank clearly acted negligently. In defending itself, Banco do Brasil claimed that the plaintiff transferred the securities of her own free will.